Tonight we are going on a journey, but this journey is different from any other. We are not traveling to a distant star or a lost civilization. We are traveling inward, into the landscape of your own mind. Tonight, we are going to explore the world of dreams, a meta journey into the very act of sleep itself. We are going to ask the quiet, mysterious question, why do we dream? Why does the mind tell itself such strange, beautiful, and baffling stories when it is all alone? In the dark, our journey begins right here, in this room, in this bed. You do not need to go anywhere. You are already here. At the starting point, imagine that you are standing on a shore, the shore of the waking world. It is the end of the day. The light is soft and dim. The air is still. Behind you is the land of your day, the noise, the busyness, the conversations, the responsibilities. It is all fading, far behind you now. And before you, stretching out as far as you can see, is a great, dark, and perfectly calm ocean. This is the ocean of sleep. It is vast, it is deep, and it is waiting for you. It is not cold, it is not frightening, it is safe. It is the why of our journey tonight. Before we can step into the water, before our journey can truly begin, we must set down what we are carrying. All day long you have been gathering things, thoughts, worries, plans for tomorrow, questions you cannot answer, memories from yesterday, a feeling, a concern, an idea. These are the day's luggage. Imagine them, if you will, as heavy bags in your hands or stones in your pockets. They have a weight. You can feel that weight even now, the weight of what if, the weight of I must remember to, the weight of I wish I had. You do not need them for this journey, not one of them. So let us very gently set them down. Right here on the shore, visualize this. Take that heavy bag of tomorrow's plans and set it carefully on the sand. It will be here, perfectly safe when you return in the morning. There is nothing you can do about it now, so you can let it rest. Now, take that heavy stone of a worry, perhaps a worry about work, or a person, or a problem without a solution. Feel its weight in your palm. It is solid. It feels important. But for now, it is just a stone. Open your fingers and let it drop to the ground. Hear the soft thud as it lands on the sand. It is no longer yours to carry. Let go of every to-do, every should-have done, every need to do. Set them all down, one by one. The day is complete. It is finished. It is over. There's nothing left to solve, nothing to prepare for, nothing to analyze. There is only this moment, this shore, this quiet, and the gentle invitation of the ocean. Feel the lightness in your shoulders, the relief in your back. You are unburdened. You are free. You are ready. Now we turn our attention to the water. We will use our breath as our guide. Our breath is the why of our bodies, the simple, constant, loyal anchor of our lives. For a moment, just notice it. Do not try to change it. Do not force it. Just observe the quiet, gentle rhythm, the air coming in and the air going out. It has been with you all day, and it is here with you now. With every inhale, you are still, grounded, present, and with every long, slow exhale, imagine you are taking one small step out from the shore into the cool, calm, peaceful water. Let's try this together. A gentle breath in through your nose, filling your lungs, and a long, slow exhale out through your mouth. As you take that first step, the water is just at your ankles. Feel the coolness, feel the release. The land is behind you. Another breath in, calm and easy, and a soft, slow exhale. You take another step. The water is at your knees now. You are supported. You are held. You are safe. You are moving away from the shore and into the deep. The breath is your anchor. It keeps you grounded in this present moment. But there is another force at work, a second why. It is the gentle tide of gravity. This is the ocean itself calling to you. It is the pull of the mattress, the pull of the pillows, the comforting weight of the blankets. It is the pull of your own body, which knows, deeply and wisely, that it is time to rest. You do not have to try to sleep. You do not have to force it. You only have to allow yourself to be drawn in. The tide is gentle, but it is persistent. It is pulling you down, down into the bed, down into the deep, down into the soft, supportive, wonderful weight of your own body, finally at rest. Let us follow this feeling, this wonderful, heavy, sinking feeling. We are not falling asleep. Falling is fast. It is accidental. It is uncontrolled. No, we are sinking into sleep. It is slow. It is deliberate. It is a choice. It is a surrender. Let us follow this why of gravity. Bring your awareness to your feet. They have carried you all day. They have stood and walked and waited. Now they can rest. Feel them become heavy, as if they are made of warm, smooth stone, sinking into the soft, sandy bottom of the ocean. All tension, all tightness, just flowing out of the soles of your feet, gone. This warmth, this heaviness, travels up into your ankles, into your calves, into your shins. Your lower legs are so heavy now, so warm, so deeply at peace. They are sinking down, 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 releasing. The warmth moves into your knees and up into your thighs. These strong muscles that held you up all day, their work is done. You can let them go, feel them soften, feel them become heavy, sinking into the mattress, letting go of all effort. Your legs are now just anchors of peace, heavy, warm, and still. This wonderful sinking feeling moves into your hips, your pelvis, your lower back. This is where we hold so much of our day, so much hidden tension. Let it go. Feel the muscles unwind, like a tightly coiled rope, suddenly going slack. Feel the tension just dissolve, melting away into the water. You're sinking deeper now. The water is at your waist. It is warm and soft and supportive. The warmth spreads up your spine, one vertebra at a time, across your stomach, into your chest. Feel your chest rise and fall with that same easy, gentle breath, like the slow, soft swell of the ocean. No effort, no strain, just a perfect, natural rhythm. Now feel your shoulders, which held the day's luggage for so long. They're so light now that the bags are on the shore, and yet they feel so heavy, heavy with release. Give them permission to drop. Let them sink. Down into the mattress, down into the ocean of rest. Further and further away from your ears. So heavy, so very heavy. This warmth flows down your arms, like warm honey gold light, past your elbows, into your wrists, into your hands, and all the way out to the tips of your fingers. Your arms feel like heavy anchors of peace, holding you steady as you drift deeper and deeper. Finally, this warmth moves to your neck, the muscles of your jaw. This is another place of hidden tension. Let your jaw go slack. Let your teeth part. Release any tightness. Let your tongue rest, the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let them be soft, so soft. Your eyelids are heavy, like velvet curtains. Your forehead, smooth and clear, even your scalp. Let it be at ease. Your whole body is now an anchor, heavy, warm, and perfectly still. You are sinking, sinking, drifting, down, down, down. We have left the shore of the waking world. We are floating now, fully submerged, in the first shallow, magical waters of sleep. This is the in-between place. The why of this moment is transition. It is not waking. It is not yet dreaming. It is the twilight garden, the waiting room of the mind. Here, behind your closed eyelids, the world begins to change. The darkness is not just darkness. It is a canvas you may begin to see. Drifting, cloudy colors, soft purples, deep indigo blues, flashes of hazy green or gold. They appear for a moment, and then they are gone. They melt into one another, like watercolors on wet paper. They flow, they shift. This is not seeing with your eyes. This is seeing with your mind. These are the first sparks, the hello from the world we are about to enter. In this garden, strange images may float by. A random face of someone you do not know. A pattern of geometric shapes, like a kaleidoscope turning slowly. A single strange word, or a fragment of a song, or a memory that seems to come from nowhere. A bicycle, a yellow door, a winding staircase. They make no sense, and they are not meant to. This is the mind unpacking itself. The last fragments of the day, the last static from the waking world, floating past, like leaves on a slow river. You're just an observer here, curious, detached, peaceful, watching the gentle random show. It is a sign that you are moving, leaving the shore far, far behind. You might feel a sudden sensation, a twitch, a feeling of falling, or a step that finds no ground. This is the hypnic jerk. It is not a jolt to wake you. Do not be alarmed. It is a final letting go. It is the last stumble over the threshold, the body's final goodbye to the waking world, as it gives in completely to the pull of the tide. If it happens, just let it pass. It is a sign that you are on your way. A sign that you are truly, deeply letting go. And as you float in this twilight, this magical, hazy, shifting place, the sounds of your world begin to fade, the sounds from outside your window, the hum of the house, the sounds of the room you are in. They are becoming distant echoes. They are no longer your concern. They cannot reach you here. You are too deep, too far from the shore. The only sound that matters now is the sound of my voice, and my voice is here to guide you. My voice is a part of this journey, a soft light in the water, leading you on, to take you further in, further down, past the twilight garden, and into the next, deeper why of our journey. You are doing perfectly. There is nothing to do but float. There is nothing to achieve, but to be. You are heavy. You are sinking. You are at peace, letting the tide pull you, gently, safely, deeper, into the great, silent, restorative dark. The random colors are fading now. The floating images are dissolving. The water is becoming still, profoundly still. We are sinking deeper now, past the shallows, down into the first true layer of sleep. The light from the surface is gone. We are in a new place, a place of profound, silent work. Ahead of us, through the deep, clear water of the mind, a vast, quiet structure begins to appear. It is a city of the mind, moonlit, silent. We are approaching the silent city, the great archive of non-REM sleep. This is our next destination. This is where the why of our journey truly begins. We have arrived. The water around us seems to part, revealing the entrance to this vast, silent place. We are no longer floating. Our feet touch solid, ancient stone. We are standing at the gates of the silent city. This is the great, sprawling landscape of your mind, the landscape of non-REM sleep. It is quiet here, profoundly quiet. This is not the quiet of emptiness. It is not the quiet of nothing. It is the quiet of deep-focused, essential work. Look up. The sky above is a deep, starless indigo. The city is lit by a soft silver light, a moon that is not a moon. It is the light of your own consciousness, dimmed to a peaceful, steady glow. The air is cool and perfectly still. There is a feeling in the air, a feeling of purpose. The buildings are vast. They stretch up into the silver darkness. They are not made of brick or steel or glass. They seem carved from stillness itself, from the very bedrock of your being, ancient, solid, permanent. This is the architecture of yourself. This is the city of you. And there is a sound here. If you listen, not with your ears, but with your whole being, you can feel it, a deep, slow, resonant hum. It is the why of this place. This is the sound of your brain's slow waves, the delta waves. It is a vibration that resonates in the stones beneath your feet. It is the rhythm of deep, deep restorative rest. It is the pulse of the city, the song of this profound stillness. There are no stories here, not yet. There is no chaos, no chatter from the day. That was all left on the shore. There is only this deep, slow hum. There is only work, and there is only peace. Let us walk. Let us explore this silent, working city. We move through the wide, empty courtyards, through the great, quiet plazas. Our footsteps make no sound on the ancient stones. The city seems deserted, as if we are the only travelers here. But we are not. The work is happening all around us, hidden inside these vast, still structures. We are approaching a building that is larger than all the others. It seems to be the center of the city's quiet purpose. It has no doors to open. It has no windows to look through. Yet, as we approach, we find we can pass right through the solid walls, like a mist. We drift inside. We are now in the great library of your mind, the archive of your who. Inside, it is vast. The silver light is softer here. Shelves stretch up into the darkness, higher than you can see, higher than you can imagine. They are the stone shelves of your long-term memory, and these shelves are filled, not with books, but with experiences, tiny, glowing orbs of light. Some are bright, some are dim, some are warm gold, some are a cool, quiet blue. Millions upon millions of them, billions. This is your life. But look here, in the center of the great floor, is a chaotic, glittering pile, a pile of new arrivals. This is today. The conversation you had this afternoon, the face of a stranger you passed, the taste of your dinner, the feeling of the sun on your skin, or the cold air, the words you read on a screen, the fragment of a song, a moment of small joy, a fleeting wave of frustration. It is all here, every sensory detail, every thought, every feeling, piled together, waiting, and in the aisles, moving silently between the shelves, are the silent archivists. They are figures made of the same dim silver light as the moon above. They are graceful. They are focused. They are the why of your memory. They are your brain at its most diligent, your sleeping mind at work. Watch them. They move with a slow, deliberate purpose. They do not rush. There is no urgency here. There is only the long, peaceful night. There is only the work. An archivist glides to the central pile. It reaches in, and it picks up an experience, a glowing golden orb. Perhaps this is the skill you practice today, a piece of new information you learned, a new fact, a solution to a problem. The archivist holds it, examines it. This is important, it seems to decide. This is useful. This must be kept. The archivist glides away, down a long, long aisle, to a section of the library marked permanent, and it places the glowing orb gently on a stone shelf. It does not just place it, it connects it. Tiny filaments of light spring from the orb, connecting it to other older memories, to the skills you learned yesterday, to the facts you learned last year. The archivist is weaving it into the tapestry, strengthening the web of who you are. This is memory consolidation. This is how today becomes part of you. This is the mind making sense of why it was awake. The brain is deciding what to keep, what to save, what to make of you. The archivist returns to the pile. It picks up another orb. This one is hazy, faint, a trivial detail, the color of a car that passed you, the exact number of steps you took, a random passing thought that has no root, the clutter of the day, the static. The archivist holds it, and then, very gently, it simply opens its hand. The orb does not fall, it does not shatter, it simply dissolves. It fades back into pure energy. It is recycled. This is not a loss, this is not forgetting. This is cleaning. This is the mind sweeping the floors, making space for tomorrow. If the mind kept everything, absolutely everything, the library would overflow, the shelves would break, the aisles would be choked with clutter. It would become a prison of noise, a city of yesterdays with no room for today. So the archivists work, silently, patiently, all night long, in the deep, slow hum of the silent city, sorting, filing, strengthening, and pruning, cleaning, releasing. They are the curators of your self. They are building the story of you from the raw, unfiltered material of your day. This is the first great work of the silent city. This is why we must sleep, to make sense of why we are awake. We drift back out of the great library, leaving the archivists to their vital, silent work. We are back in the cool, moonlit streets. The deep, slow hum of the city seems to guide us, pulling us onward. We are walking the streets of the city now, but these are not streets of stone. Look closer. They are pathways of light, vast, intricate, branching networks like rivers of energy, flowing through the entire city, connecting every building. These are the neural pathways of your brain, the infrastructure of your thought. And here, in these pathways, we see the other work of the night. This is not the work of the mind, it is the work of the body. We see them, the repair crews. They are small, busy, glowing figures, different from the tall, graceful archivists. These are tinkerers, engineers, cleaners, and they are everywhere. They are cleaning the streets. All day long, the traffic of thinking, the simple act of being awake creates byproducts, metabolic junk, cellular waste, toxins, like soot and dust that settles on the city streets. If this dust were to build up, night after night, it would clog the pathways. The traffic of thought would slow down. The city would become foggy, sluggish. It would grind to a halt. So the repair crews come out in the deep of night, in this non-REM stillness, and they cleanse the brain. They unclog the pathways. We can see them flushing the system. A great, cool, purifying tide, washing away the toxins, carrying the junk of the day away, to be processed and removed. This is the brain's glymphatic system, its own personal deep cleaning crew. They are leaving the city clean, clear, ready for the traffic of a new day. This is the deep physical why of sleep, the restoration of the hardware itself. And this incredible work is not just in the brain. This city is a capital, a central command, and it sends its crews out to the provinces, out to your physical body, which is also resting, resting more deeply than you know. As we walk, we can see these buildings of the body, reflected in the city's architecture, the great structures of your muscles, the towers of your bones, the networks of your cells, and the repair crews are there too. They are mending the micro tears in your muscles from the day's physical work, from walking, from standing, from doing. They are repairing the buildings, making them stronger. They are bolstering your immune system, manufacturing the sentinels, the soldiers that will protect you tomorrow from illness, from invaders. They are balancing your hormones, releasing the growth hormones that tell the buildings to repair themselves. This is why sleep is healing. This is why when you are sick, you must sleep. You are letting the repair crews do their work without interruption, without the noise of the day. Every part of you is being restored. Here, in the profound, cool quiet of the silent city, your body is healing itself. Your brain is cleaning itself. Your mind is sorting itself. All of this in perfect focused silence. All of this guided by that deep, slow hum. All of this while you just rest, while you just drift. You're not doing nothing when you sleep. You're performing the most essential, complex, and vital work of your life. You are rebuilding yourself from the ground up every single night. We walk on, past the silent, glowing libraries, past the busy, shimmering repair crews. The deep, slow hum of the delta waves is our only companion. This city, this work, this is 75% of your night. This is the foundation of your sleep. It is deep. It is profound. It is the why of your health, the why of your clarity, the why of your physical strength. But our journey is not over. The archivists and the repair crews, they are only one part of the story. They are the preparation. They are the curators of the past. They are restoring what is. But there is another force in this mind, a force of creation, a force of chaos, a force of story, the deep, slow, steady hum of the city, that peaceful, predictable vibration. It is beginning to change. Do you feel it? The ground beneath our feet is shifting. The steady pulse is quickening. It races for a moment, and then it slows, and then it races again. The silent silver light is brightening. It is flickering. The work of the archivists and the crews is pausing. We see them retreating to the shadows, to the edges of the city, as if they know that their time is ending, that something else is coming, something wilder, something unpredictable. We are moving away from the quiet outer districts, away from the libraries and the workshops. We are moving toward the very center of the silent city. We are following this new, faster pulse. The why of the night is changing. From restoration to creation, we are approaching the engine of the mind, the boiler room, the place where the stories are born. Ahead of us, in the very heart of this vast, quiet city, we see it, a structure that is not a building. It is a deep, deep well, a glowing, pulsing spring. And from it we can hear a new sound, a sparking, a crackling of energy. This is the source spring. This is the why of the dream itself. This is the birthplace of REM. And this is our next destination. We have journeyed far, through the quiet, still streets of the silent city, past the great library of memory, through the ancient archives where the stories of your day are carefully stored, categorized and filed. We have seen the work of the archivists. We have witnessed the tireless efforts of the repair crews. They are cleaning, organizing, mending, and restoring. Every part of you, every piece of your body and mind is being carefully maintained. All of this is essential. It is the foundation. It is the preparation. But as we move deeper into the city, a change is happening. A subtle shift. The rhythm of the city, the deep, resonant hum of the delta waves, begins to change. It quickens. The pulse, which has been steady and slow, begins to race. The city feels alive in a new way. The air feels different. The moonlight, which has been soft and constant, flickers. Shadows lengthen and contract. The silence, which has been profound, is now alive with energy. We are approaching the heart of the silent city, the place where the stillness ends, the place where the work of restoration gives way to something else, something more vibrant, more creative, something far less predictable. The further we walk, the more the city seems to change. The structures, once still and solid, now begin to shift. We feel the ground underfoot tremble, ever so slightly, a crackle in the air, a pulse of energy that reverberates through the stone, through the light, through your body. It is not chaos, but it is something more energetic, something primal. And there, in the very center of the city, we find it, a deep, glowing well. The source spring. It pulses with energy, its light flickering and flashing, glowing with intensity. It is not like the cool, calm light of the silent city. This is something different, something alive. It hums with energy, with creation. From the depths of this spring, we hear a sound, a soft crackling, a gentle popping. It is the sound of electricity. It is the sound of creation itself. It is as though the very air around the source spring is charged, alive with potential. It crackles with the energy of the mind, and as we approach, we feel it too. The static, the pulse. It is building, it is beginning. This, my dear friend, is where dreams begin. This is the birthplace of REM. As we stand at the edge of the source spring, let us look more closely. What is this place? What happens here? The source spring is not a typical spring. It is not a pool of water, nor is it a simple source of life. It is a place of transition, a place where the mind shifts from the deep restorative quiet of non-REM to the creation of stories, a place where the seeds of dreams are planted, where the raw material of the unconscious is drawn up into the light. This is the engine room of your mind, where the raw, unformed energy of REM is born. We approach the edge of the spring. The air crackles with energy, and we feel the static move through us. It is not uncomfortable. It is invigorating. It is as if the air itself is alive, pulsing. We are standing at the gateway to something incredible. The source. Spring is not simply a place of energy. It is the birthplace of the raw materials of dreams. But it does not look like a traditional spring. It is a deep well glowing with bright sparks of light. From its depths we see bursts of electricity rise like glowing embers. They burst from the spring with a crackling energy. It is not chaotic, but it is wild. These sparks are not yet dreams. They are fragments, pieces, raw, unfiltered signals that have yet to be given meaning. These sparks are what the brain will later weave into stories, images, and emotions. They are the building blocks of dreams, and yet at this stage they are nothing more than random signals. No meaning, no pattern. They are just electrical energy flickering in the dark. They rise from the deep well, and we watch as they float up into the air, like embers from a fire, glowing in the darkness. These sparks of light have no direction, no purpose, no meaning. They are random, unformed, and yet we know they hold the potential for something far greater. The mind will take them like a weaver taking raw thread and spin them into something meaningful. This is where the magic of dreams happens. But before we can look at how the mind spins these sparks into stories, we must pause for a moment, for there is something here that requires our attention, something we must understand before we can go further. It is a paradox, a strange, mysterious state that exists at the intersection of mind and body. It is the sensation of sleep paralysis. You may have experienced it before, that strange, heavy feeling where your body seems to be rooted to the spot, heavy, immobile, locked in place. You feel as though you cannot move, and yet you are fully aware of your surroundings. You know you are in your bed, and you know that sleep is close. You are caught in the in-between. This is not something to fear. This is not a trap. It is a safety mechanism. The body, in its wisdom, knows that the mind is about to take flight. The mind is about to enter a new creative space. It is about to leave the quiet, still work of the silent city and venture into the chaotic, creative world of dreams. And so the body becomes heavy. It becomes still, rooted to the spot. It is a tether, a safety net. This sensation is not a jolt. It is not a sudden shock. It is a deep, deliberate stillness. Your body is at rest, completely still. It is not a moment of fear. It is a moment of protection. The body is letting go of control, so the mind can run free, so the mind can fly. So we stand before the source spring, and we watch as the random signals, these raw sparks of light, rise from the depths. They float up into the air, glowing softly, their energy slowly growing. They are unformed, meaningless, but they are alive. They are the raw material from which dreams will be made. This is the activation. The activation is a crucial moment in the process. It is the first step in the transformation of random signals into the vivid, surreal landscapes we experience in our dreams. The energy from the source. Spring rises, surging up from the depths, filling the air with a crackling intensity. These are not thoughts yet, not stories, not even images. They are fragments of raw energy, and it is from these fragments that the mind will create. As we stand here watching the energy rise, we begin to understand something profound. The mind cannot stand randomness. It cannot tolerate chaos. It must make sense of the signals that are thrown into the air. It must weave them into something understandable, something coherent. The mind is a master storyteller. It takes the random sparks from the source spring, and it catches them in its web. This is where the weaver comes into play. The weaver is the neocortex, the higher brain, the part of the mind that loves patterns, loves stories, loves to make sense of chaos. The weaver takes these random sparks, these fragments of memory, emotion, or experience, and it spins them into a tapestry, the tapestry of the dream. Look closely, and we can see the weaver at work. It is a delicate process. The weaver catches a spark from the source spring. Perhaps it is a memory from earlier in the day, a conversation with a friend, a feeling of frustration, a moment of joy. The weaver takes that spark and weaves it into the larger story. It catches another spark, perhaps a memory from years ago, or an image that has no clear source. The weaver connects it to the first spark, creating a new thread, a new story. The weaver is a brilliant artist. It takes chaos and creates meaning. It builds the dream piece by piece. Sometimes the connections make sense. Sometimes they are utterly bizarre. But to the weaver, it does not matter. It is a tapestry, a story, a new world, born from the fragments of the mind. This is the moment of the dream, the moment when the random sparks of the source spring, become the vivid images, emotions, and sensations of the dream world. The dream is born from chaos, but it is shaped into something beautiful, something meaningful, something that makes sense to the mind. And so we stand before the source spring, watching the birth of the dream. We witness the activation. We see the raw energy rise from the depths, and we see the weaver catch it, spinning it into a story. And as we watch, we know that this is just the beginning. The dream is still in its early stages. It has yet to unfold. Yet, in this moment, we witness the birth of something extraordinary. And as we turn, moving forward from the source spring, we know we are about to enter the hall of mirrors. The dream is not yet complete, but we are moving closer, closer to the heart of the mind, closer to the mystery of why we dream. We have come far in our journey, past the source spring, through the raw, unrefined energy of the mind's deepest workings. The sparks of light that once rose from the well are now woven into the tapestry of the dream. They have taken shape. They have formed something whole, something vivid. We are no longer in the realm of chaos. We are now in the world of meaning, where the dream takes on its full complexity. Ahead of us lies the hall of mirrors. It stretches before us, long and endless, with mirrors lining the walls. They reflect the dream world. But they are not ordinary mirrors. They are not simple reflections. These mirrors show us something deeper, something hidden. They show us not just what we see in the dream, but what the dream is trying to reveal. These mirrors reflect not just the external world, but the internal world, the very psyche. They are the windows into our unconscious, our desires, our fears, and our most hidden selves. The hall of mirrors is vast, stretching as far as the eye can see. The floor beneath us is soft, almost like walking on clouds, but it is firm enough to ground us. The air here is heavy with the weight of history, with the weight of all the dreams that have ever been dreamed. This is the place where the mind explores itself, where it questions, where it seeks answers, whether it knows it or not. Here, in the mirrors, we can see the many faces of ourselves, the faces we know and the faces we have yet to discover. We step into the hall. The air is thick with mystery. The mirrors are large, framed in what appears to be ancient, polished wood. Their surfaces gleam with a light that is not natural, but that seems to glow from within, as if the mirrors themselves hold secrets. As we move down the hall, each mirror reflects a different part of the self. The first mirror we pass shows us a version of ourselves, our waking self, but it is distorted, slightly off, as though we are seeing ourselves through a haze. There are subtle changes, a difference in posture, a shift in expression, an oddity in our gaze. It is not us, and yet it is. This is the first layer of the mind, the part of ourselves we are familiar with, but which is not always as clear as we would like it to be. This is the mirror of the ego, the conscious self, the face we show the world. But we can see even here, in the reflection, that it is not a perfect image. It is shaped by our desires, our fears, and the expectations of others. It is the face we wear, and yet it is only one version of us. As we walk further down the hall, we come to another mirror. This one shows us a different image entirely. It is not a reflection of our outer self. It shows something deeper. In this mirror, we see our desires, our wishes, our hopes, and our dreams. It is as if the mirror reveals the very fabric of our soul, the unspoken things we long for, but are too afraid to say. This is the mirror of the unconscious, the hidden, secret parts of ourselves. This is the mirror of Freud's theory of dreams, where all the things we repress, all the things we deny, come to the surface. In this mirror, we see not just who we are, but who we wish we could be. Here, in this space, we come face to face with our deeper, often buried desires. Perhaps we see ourselves as a hero, rising above adversity. Perhaps we see a version of ourselves that is more confident, more powerful, more free than we feel in waking life. Perhaps we see a figure we are drawn to, a person who represents something we secretly long for. In this mirror, everything is exaggerated, larger than life. The dreams we have when we are awake are reflected in this glass, distorted and magnified, but they are still pieces of the truth. In the reflections, we can see our wishes and fears play out. If we are afraid of failure, perhaps we see ourselves in a scene of terrible defeat, surrounded by images of lost opportunities. If we yearn for love, perhaps we see ourselves in the arms of someone who understands us completely, a perfect connection that we can never quite seem to achieve. In these mirrors, the world is both distorted and revealed. They show us what we truly want, even when we do not know it. Further down the hall, we encounter another mirror, this one older, its surface rippled and uneven. In it, we see a different image entirely. The reflection is no longer us at all, but someone else, someone familiar, someone from our past, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or even a stranger. But the image is not just of the person. It is their essence, their role in our lives. This is the mirror of the archetypes, as Carl Jung would say, the universal symbols that live in the collective unconscious. In this mirror, we see the faces of the wise old man, the nurturing mother, the hero, and the shadow. These archetypes are figures that exist not just in our personal lives, but in the shared human experience. They are the roles we play, the roles others play in our lives. As we look into this mirror, we may see our father as the wise old man, a figure of guidance and authority. We may see our mother as a nurturing mother, offering love and care without expectation. We may see the hero in ourselves, the brave, strong individual overcoming obstacles. Or we may see the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we reject or deny, the fears and weaknesses that we cannot face. These archetypes are not just symbols in a book. They are living, breathing forces in our minds. They shape who we are, what we believe, and how we act. And in the dream world, they are powerful forces that guide us, challenge us, and sometimes even frighten us. The archetypes are universal, appearing in all cultures and all societies. They are the building blocks of human experience, the forces that shape our personal and collective myths. As we walk deeper into the Hall of Mirrors, we begin to understand something profound. The dreams we have are not just personal, they are collective. They are the echoes of the human experience, woven together into the fabric of our individual lives. The next mirror we approach is one that shimmers with an ethereal light. As we gaze into it, we see not just ourselves, but our future. We see our lives unfolding, our potential realized. We see a path ahead, though it is shrouded in mist. This is the mirror of potential, the mirror of what could be. Here, we see the dreams of the future, the hopes we have for ourselves that have not yet been realized. These dreams are not just fantasies. They are possibilities. They are the paths we might take if we allow ourselves to dream. But this mirror is not always clear. Sometimes the path is obscured. Sometimes we see only fragments, glimpses of what might be. It is in this mirror that we see the seeds of our growth, our potential, our hope for what we might become. But it is also the place where we confront the fear of failure, the uncertainty of what lies ahead. This is the place where we come face to face with our own limitations. But it is also the place where we glimpse our strength, our resilience, our ability to overcome. This mirror shows us not just who we are, but who we can be. And as we walk, we come to the final mirror at the end of the hall. This mirror is the most mysterious of them all. It does not reflect a single image. Instead, it shimmers with 1,000 different faces, each one a reflection of a different self. These are not just the roles we play in our waking lives. They are the selves we might have been, the paths we might have taken, the choices we might have made. They are the dreams of who we could have become, the alternate realities we could have lived. These mirrors show us not just one life, but the infinite possibilities of the self. This is the mirror of the soul, the place where we confront all the versions of ourselves that we have ever imagined. It is a place of both wonder and sadness. Wonder, because it reveals to us the infinite potential of who we might be. Sadness, because it reminds us of the paths we did not take, the roads we did not walk. And yet, in this mirror, we are reminded that we are not limited by any one version of ourselves. We are, in truth, many things. We are all the versions of ourselves that we could be, all the dreams we could dream, all the lives we could live. The Hall of Mirrors is not just a place of reflection. It is a place of discovery. It is where we learn the truth about ourselves, and where we find the answers to the questions we did not know we were asking. It is the mirror of our soul. And as we stand here at the end of this hall, we understand that the journey is far from over. The dream has only just begun. Now, as we stand in this hall of mirrors, you may begin to notice something remarkable. The mirrors, which once seemed so separate, so distinct, now begin to blur together. The reflections become more fluid, more interconnected. The edges of the mirrors begin to soften. The faces of ourselves that we see in the reflections are no longer so clear-cut. They are merging, overlapping, becoming one. What was once separate, the desires, the fears, the hopes, the archetypes, all begin to melt together into a singular understanding. The many faces we see, the paths we might have taken, all begin to form a coherent narrative. There is no longer one version of ourselves. There are many. There is no longer just one story. There are infinite threads, all weaving together in a beautiful tapestry. And here, in this beautiful, transformative space, we understand that the dream world is not just a place of sleep and images. It is a place of transformation. Every symbol, every archetype, every face in these mirrors reflects a part of us. The dream world is a mirror, not of the waking world, but of the soul. And as we look into these mirrors, we see ourselves not as we are, but as we might be. We see our potential, our capacity for growth, and our deep inherent wisdom. But the reflections also show us our darkness, the shadow parts of ourselves that we must confront, the faces of failure, the moments of despair, the voices of doubt. These too are part of the dream. They are part of the journey. They are the mirrors that show us what we must face in order to grow. We take one last, long look at the reflections around us, and as we do, we recognize something else. The reflections are not permanent. They shift, they change. What was once clear is now blurred. What was once fixed is now fluid. The dream, like life, is always in motion, always evolving. And in this way, the dream world teaches us about ourselves, not in fixed images, but in constant movement. It is an ongoing process of transformation where every dream is an opportunity for growth. We pause here for a moment, acknowledging the mysteries we have uncovered in the Hall of Mirrors. The truth about our desires, the truth about our fears, the hidden selves, the archetypes that shape our lives, the many paths we could take, and the infinite versions of ourselves. We are not the sum of our reflections. We are more than that. We are a journey, a process, a story still being written, and now we leave the Hall of Mirrors behind, stepping forward into the next part of our journey. But as we do, we carry with us the lessons we have learned here, the reflections we have seen, the parts of ourselves we have discovered. These are not mere dreams. These are the truths of our soul. And as we move deeper into the dream world, we are ready to face whatever comes next, because we know that no matter what we encounter, we are prepared. We are whole. We are ready. Our journey through the Hall of Mirrors has led us deep into the heart of our own psyche. We have explored the many faces of ourselves, the conscious self, the hidden desires, the archetypes that shape our world, and the infinite versions of our potential. Each mirror has offered us a reflection, a piece of the puzzle that is who we are. And yet we know deep within that there is still more. There are mysteries beyond comprehension, questions that have no answers, and truths that lie far beyond the reach of our conscious understanding. And now, as we leave the Hall of Mirrors, we find ourselves standing once more on the shore. But this is no ordinary shore. It is not the shore of the waking world, nor the shore of sleep's gentle pull. This is the unseen shore. It stretches out before us, shrouded in mist, the edge of the known world. We stand at the threshold of the great mysteries of the dream realm, the place where even the deepest questions go unanswered. There is no map here. There are no boundaries, only the open expanse of possibility. This is the edge of everything, the place where our conscious minds meet the unknowable, the strange and the extraordinary. We are standing at the boundary of what we understand and what we cannot fathom, and in the distance, through the mist, we see a faint, glowing light, a point of clarity, a source of knowledge, or perhaps simply an invitation to wonder. We take a deep breath, drawing the cool, calm air of this place into our lungs, and as we do, we are filled with a sense of wonder. The unseen shore is a place of both stillness and infinite potential. It is a place where anything could happen. The air around us is thick with mystery. It feels as if the very fabric of reality is thinner here, as if the boundary between this world and another is barely perceptible. We are on the edge of something grand, something unknown. The sounds of the dream world have faded away. There is no noise here. There are no voices, no movement, just the quiet, expectant stillness. This is not a place of action. It is a place of waiting, a place of contemplation. The world around us is cloaked in shadow and light, and the mist that surrounds us is thick with the potential of dreams yet to be dreamed. The knowing, lucid dreaming. In the stillness, a thought comes to us. It is not a question, but a realization, a sudden moment of clarity. We understand with an almost startling certainty that we are dreaming. The unseen shore, this place of mystery and wonder, is not a realm of ordinary dreams. It is a place where we can become aware of the very act of dreaming. This is the realm of lucid dreaming, a place where we can become conscious within our own dream. The realization is like a flicker of light, a spark in the darkness. It spreads gently but unmistakably through us. We are aware of ourselves in this place. We are aware of the dream itself. And in this moment of clarity, we understand the true nature of the unseen shore. It is not a destination, it is a doorway, a gateway to awareness, to the power of the mind to shape and create its own reality. We look down at our hands, and as we do, we feel the strange, exhilarating sensation that accompanies the realization. We are not just dreamers, we are creators. The world around us becomes more vivid, more malleable. The mist that has surrounded us begins to shift, to dissolve. We reach out, and the air feels solid, real. The landscape is ours to shape. The boundaries of the dream world are no longer fixed. We have become aware of the very act of dreaming, and with that awareness comes the power to shape this world with our minds. In this place, anything is possible. We can fly, we can breathe underwater, we can speak to the stars. The limits of the waking world do not apply here. We are free. We can change the course of the dream, ask questions of the dream itself, or even leave this space behind to explore new realms. The dream, once a mysterious and uncontrollable force, is now a playground of infinite potential. But even in this moment of clarity, there is still much we do not understand. We know we are in control, but the dream world is a realm of paradoxes. There are forces here that are beyond us, forces we cannot fully grasp. And as we stand on the unseen shore, feeling the power of lucid dreaming in our bones, we also feel the pull of the unknown. The world we have entered is a place where questions arise faster than answers can be found, the unexplainable. And so we stand here, aware of our power, yet aware of the mysteries that still elude us. There are questions, deep questions, that have haunted humanity for as long as we have dreamed. What is the true purpose of dreams? Why do we sometimes dream of things we have never seen, of people we have never met? Can dreams predict the future, or are they simply the byproducts of our subconscious minds? In the distance, through the mist, we see flickering lights, like distant stars. They draw us in, and we begin to walk toward them, the ground beneath us soft and yielding, as if it too is made of dreams. With each step, the air around us grows thicker with the sense of mystery. We feel the weight of the unknown pressing in, but also a deep sense of curiosity. The questions grow louder in our minds. The answers, however, are elusive. We think of prophetic dreams. Are they real? Can the dream world, with its strange logic and fluid time, truly predict the future? Or is it merely the mind's extraordinary ability to connect dots, to recognize patterns and probabilities, drawing from a vast reservoir of unconscious knowledge? In the unseen shore, we are confronted with the mystery of prophecy. We wonder if the dream world is simply so vast, so intricate, that it can glean hints of what may come, hidden in the fabric of the present. Are prophetic dreams the result of intuition, of our minds working on a level beyond our waking awareness? Or are they the workings of some greater force beyond the grasp of our understanding? We think of shared dreams. We have all heard of people dreaming of the same place or the same event, and waking with the same feelings of wonder or dread. Could it be possible that the dream world exists as a shared space, where minds across time and space can meet, even if only briefly? Perhaps the unseen shore is not so much a personal place as a collective one, a meeting ground for dreamers. Maybe, in the depths of sleep, we are all connected, our minds touching in ways we cannot fully comprehend. And still, there are deeper, more existential questions that linger in the air. What happens when we sleep? Are we truly just resting, or are we journeying somewhere far beyond the reach of the conscious mind? Is sleep itself a kind of doorway leading us into the realms of the unseen, the mysterious? Or is it simply a time for the mind to recharge, a necessary pause before we wake and face the world again? There are no answers here, at least not easy ones. The unseen shore is a place of wonder, yes, but it is also a place of great uncertainty. Here, the mysteries are not meant to be solved. They are meant to be pondered, to be explored, and perhaps even to be celebrated. The questions remain unanswered, but that is their beauty. In the dream world, there is room for the unexplainable. There is space for the unknown. The mysteries are not obstacles to be overcome. They are invitations to explore, to embrace the awe of the incomprehensible, a celebration of the mystery. And so, as we stand on this shore, gazing out into the mist, we are not meant to find all the answers. The unseen shore is not a place of finality. It is a place of perpetual inquiry, of exploration, of embracing the unknown. Here we learn to accept that some things will remain mysterious. Some questions will never be answered. And that in itself is part of the magic of the dream world. For in the very act of questioning, of seeking, we are participating in the great mystery of existence itself. We are connected to the vast, unknowable expanse of the universe. And as we stand here, on this shore between worlds, we come to understand that the mysteries are not something to fear. They are something to marvel at. We look out over the misty horizon, where the lights flicker and fade, and we feel a sense of peace settle within us. The questions will always be there. The mysteries will always surround us, but we need not fear them, for it is in the mysteries that we find the true beauty of life. It is in the wonder of the unknown that we discover the vastness of our own existence. And as we stand on the edge of this vast, mysterious world, we realize that we are part of it all. We are dreamers, explorers, wanderers in the vast landscape of the mind. And though we may never fully understand it, we are blessed to be here, to experience the awe of the unknown, to wonder at the mysteries that will forever remain just beyond our grasp. With that, we turn away from the unseen shore, knowing that it will always be here, waiting for us just beyond the reach of the known world. And we carry with us the sense of wonder, the sense of awe, the recognition that the greatest mysteries are not meant to be solved, but to be embraced. Our journey has taken us through many places, from the waking shore into the silent city of sleep, through the source spring where dreams are born, and into the hall of mirrors where we confronted the many faces of our soul. We have explored the great mysteries of the mind, standing on the unseen shore, gazing into the unknown. We have uncovered truths about ourselves, about dreams, and about the vast, uncharted world of the unconscious. And now, our journey is coming to a close. We have reached the edge, the boundary between the dream world and the waking world. We have walked through the corridors of the mind. We have seen the strange landscapes of the dream, and we have embraced the mystery that lies just beyond the reach of our understanding. But it is time now to return. As we stand here on the edge of the dream world, we feel the pull of the deep, the call to return to the place where we began. The waters of sleep which have carried us so far are now gently pulling us back. We are not falling, not rushing, but rather sinking slowly and steadily back into the deep, restorative darkness of sleep. The world around us begins to soften, to fade. The unseen shore dissolves into mist, the distant lights dimming, the vast mysteries of the dream world receding. We feel our bodies sinking deeper, back into the comfort of our bed, back into the stillness of sleep. The weight of the dream is lifting, and we are no longer needed to navigate this realm. We are leaving behind the questions, the answers, and the discoveries. There is nothing left to explore, no more mysteries to solve. We are simply returning to the deep, to the place where rest and renewal await. As we sink deeper, the echoes of the dream world fade into silence. The colors, the shapes, the images that have filled our mind slowly dissolve, like water flowing back into the ocean. We are left with nothing but the peaceful stillness of sleep, the gentle rhythm of our breath, and the soft weight of the blankets surrounding us. We feel the pull of gravity once again, not as a force of resistance, but as a comforting presence guiding us back to rest. Our bodies, which have traveled so far, are now finding their place again. The muscles, the bones, the cells, all settling into their natural state of repose. The mind, once so full of dreams and questions, now quiets, preparing for the next cycle of rest, renewal, and restoration. There is no need to hold on, no need to control. We are simply allowing ourselves to float back, to return to the deep where we began. We drift slowly, effortlessly, into the warm embrace of the night. We are letting go. We are surrendering to the natural rhythm of sleep. As we float deeper into the dreamless depths, the voice guiding us fades, the last echoes of the journey disappearing. We are no longer in the world of words, of stories, or of dreams. We are simply here in this moment with nothing but the quiet of the deep. There is no purpose now other than rest, no lessons to learn, no worlds to explore. There is only sleep. There is only peace. And as we sink into that peace, we are reminded that the purpose of the dream world, of sleep itself, is not always to understand, not always to answer the questions. Sometimes the purpose is simply to dream, and sometimes the purpose is simply to sleep. So now, as you return to the deep, let the journey fade away. Let the mysteries dissolve. Let the world of dreams and the world of waking gently separate, until you are left with nothing but the stillness, the quiet, and the peace of sleep. Drift, restore, peace, sleep.